Are you an investor looking to compare the difference between whether you should get into single family homes, duplex, triplex investing? Well, guess what? This video is definitely for you. After watching this video, you're gonna have a complete understanding as to why single family homes will make you wealthy and a lot less stressful than some of the other investing methods. And it's all gonna begin right after this. Hi everyone, Josh Safaris, investor and realtor with eXp Realty. Thank you so much. If you can help us out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get updates on our newly uploaded content. And if you're looking to invest in real estate with high cash flow, great appreciation, at low price point with a great ability to scale, click the link below. We'd love to get in touch. Without further ado, let's begin. When we began our investing journey, we began investing in duplexes in the Niagara region, which is fantastic and definitely made sense for us what we were doing at the time. Now we begin to change over our investment strategy to go more towards single family homes, given some of the things we're going to discuss in today's video. Single family homes we personally love is the ability for it to be easier than some of the other methods in terms of acquiring tenants and be able to have one family within one property and typically having a better clientele. Now, if you're someone looking to get into multifamily homes, it's a great space to get into for profitability, cash flow, and so on and so forth. But typically for apartment buildings, you're going to find clientele that are a bit on the lower side, rents are going to be a bit lower, and there's going to be a lot more maintenance given as they're individuals who are more likely to not take care of the home to the same suffice than if someone who add a whole property to themselves. And with property, I mean a home versus a condominium or an apartment unit. Now with multifamily, you have a great opportunity, like I said, to have better appreciation, cash flow. But remember, there's a lot of people sharing the same space, so there's a higher probability for higher utilities and for the opportunity for there to be more repairs, especially with repairs in multifamily can be substantially larger if it's larger fixture costs. Now with having access to more tenants, there is going to lead to more opportunities for maintenance concerns for something like multifamily, where with single family, you're working with one family that's more likely to take care of the property as they're going to treat it as their own home rather than an apartment building or a unit that they're not going to take care of it to the same degree as they would have had it been their own. Now we've talked about this before, but the single family property, you're essentially going to buy distressed, renovate it, rent it out to fantastic tenants, and essentially because it's a single family home, they're more likely to stay for the long term than opposed to for duplexes, triplexes, and multifamily units. Now single family home clientele typically are individuals with pretty good income, they have family, they have great family values, and they're less likely to damage the property and actually treat it as though they own it themselves. And with single family, they tend to have a better clientele versus other type of rental properties such as student rentals, where there's gonna be a lot of maintenance, great rental income rates. However, there's gonna be a lot more maintenance and a lot more concerns with getting rents at times paying. And the same thing with multifamily, where you're gonna get a lot of income. However, there's a lot more repairs and perhaps a lot more landlord-tenant board concerns for you to address. Another good reason to get into single family home investing is essentially single family homes tend to appreciate one of the highest in the country. And as you know with real estate investing, it's your time in the market, not necessarily timing the market. So the longer you're in the market, your property is going to continue to appreciate, your cash flow is going to increase over time, rents are going to go up, and having that property more profitable for you and your portfolio. Now, student rentals as well as multifamily properties are all about the income. The more income they can generate, the more value the property contains. When a recession takes place in a market, student rentals as well as apartment buildings are going to get affected more, given that the market won't be able to suffice those higher rents. So you're going to have to lower your rents and expectations, where with single family properties, you're essentially still working with higher end individuals who may not be affected as much, so you're still able to charge higher rents. With single family properties, they're going to appreciate a lot based on emotion, based on the look, the feel, the design, the space that it contains, and how much a family is willing to invest, whether it's purchasing a property or renting it out for themselves and their family. And this is why in our rental portfolio that we partner with individuals, we are big on getting high-end finish and having things look really nice at a low cost so we can get fantastic tenants. Because of the emotions of the individuals who are going to be renting the property, it's more based on the emotions and how bad they really want to get into that unit based on the characteristics the property provides and less on income, so it becomes more recession-proof. As I mentioned before, individuals with higher income and better career paths tend to not get affected so much when a recession takes place. And with these properties, just by putting a fresh coat of paint, new flooring, stainless steel appliances, and even a granite countertop, you're going to increase so much the value and so much the emotion is going to get the tenants to want to live in that property and more willing to pay more for rents. Another reason to get into single family investing is that the rents go up super quick. Individuals with a higher income are more likely to pay more for a space that they can have to themselves, so they can have the front yard, the backyard, have a garage, and have more space for them and their family to live, versus going to an apartment, or of course definitely not a student rental, where they can live and have a better life than opposed to living in a smaller space. And there's way more people that would rather live in their own individual home than opposed to living in an apartment building or a student rental. In a perfect world, people do not want to have to share space with other individuals. They want to have all the space and the land to themselves so they can use for their own recreation use, where going about living in a multifamily property is going to be a little bit harder to do so. And you want to get single family homes in great areas that we've always talked about that have economic drivers. And we're looking, like we said before, great population growth, good jobs. We're looking at low vacancy rates, low unemployment rates, and certain pockets that essentially has more yard space for these individuals that don't have a lot of traffic. That is the perfect property and the perfect elements that you're looking for as a rental property. With supply and demand not really adding up and having so many families who want housing themselves, as a single family investor, it's a fantastic opportunity for you to get higher rents, better appreciation, more equity that you can go about scaling forward. Another reason why to get into single family investing, there's a much higher market of individuals looking to get into homes rather than apartment buildings. Now, I know they are more expensive, but because of that, you're able to weed out individuals who may cause more concerns, and more likely individuals with higher income who are more likely to take care of your properties. Now, of course, you want to vet these individuals. You don't want just anyone who looks like they're a great family and may cause concerns with your property down the road. And like I said, individuals with this income range are easily going to pay more to outbid individuals. Like as an example, if your single family home is going for $2,000 and there's a lot of applicants in the area looking to get in, you could easily have other applicants outbid, let's just say $2,200, in order to get that home and not have to go to an apartment. And also with the areas you're looking to invest for single family housing, you want to make sure they're close to school, transportation, have lots of green space, and have other amenities for the renters to enjoy. And because you're investing in great areas and have great properties, within 2 to 3 weeks, you should be able to find fantastic tenants to rent out your property and begin collecting rents. Another reason why single family investing is fantastic is the fact that investors will stay for the long term. Single family properties will typically get rented out in 3 to 5 years with one family alone, where a duplex, triplex, multifamily student rentals can go from 6 months to a year to only about 2 years. And that can really impact, because when tenants leave, it can potentially take a couple of months to get that rent, and not including any wear and tear you'll have to upgrade before new tenants come in. And with those additional costs, such as wear and tear and having to pay for the mortgage between the months where there's no tenants in there, it can really add up to your portfolio in terms of costs. Where with a single family home, you'd have the same rent coming in for about 3 to 5 years, and you can continue to increase the rents based on the provincial or state rules. Now, for some investors, they may say they'd rather have tenants leave every year so they can up the rents a couple hundred. And that's fantastic and all, but remember, like I did just say, you want to have something that has the minimal amount of costs that come out of pocket. If tenants leaving every year, it could take maybe 1, it could take maybe 2 months that you as the investor need to fork out of your pocket to pay all the expenses. And with single family homes, while you're sleeping or you're traveling the world on your trips, you know that your home will be taken care of by the one family that is going to ultimately take care of the property as if it's their own, having minimal concerns and issues for yourself as well as for property management. And what I love about these single family properties is that we're purchasing them with our partners, we're purchasing full in cash, and within 6 months to a year, able to refinance to multiply to multiple properties. And what's fantastic is, based on some of the team members that we're working with, we're able to purchase per partner up to 20 properties. That is fantastic and has the ability to scale, and that's something you're not going to find here in the Ontario market, especially with properties here in Detroit going for cash flow of about $600 plus a month. I hope this video is super helpful and insightful and gives you all the information that you need to know about real estate investing with single family homes. I'm Josh Tavares, real estate investor and realtor with eXp Realty. Thank you so much. If you can help us out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification. We'll get updates on our newly uploaded content. And as I mentioned before, if you're looking to invest into high cash flow, great appreciation, low price point real estate, click the link below, let's book a call, and let's get you started on your journey to scale to multiple properties. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.